You are working at your own steady pace, focused on the task at hand. Suddenly, the silence is broken by a sharp snap of the fingers, or a loud clap, followed by a command to move faster. These aggressive gestures function as a dominance test. By demanding urgency, the aggressor is checking to see if you will immediately alter your physical movements to suit them, signaling that you have accepted a subordinate position. To dismantle this specific psychological trap, you execute a sequence called the ghosting protocol. This nonverbal strategy stops their momentum by refusing to acknowledge their perceived authority, allowing you to maintain your original pace without saying a word. Step 1 requires you to identify the trap as it happens, allowing you to override two common instinctual reactions. The first failure state is compliance, physically speeding up your work in response to the command. Rushing your movements suggests that their time is more valuable than your dignity, confirming to everyone present that you have deferred to their control. The second failure state is emotional volatility, such as getting visibly angry or yelling defensively. This diagram maps the trap. Both pathways lead to the same result. If you react with anger, you prove they successfully triggered your emotions, giving them leverage. The third pathway is the hard freeze. Instead of speeding up or shouting, you do the exact opposite. When the command is delivered, immediately stop all physical momentum. Let your hands hover motionlessly over your workspace. This requires total stillness. Avoid flinching, adjusting your posture, or making subtle nervous movements. This sudden lack of movement disrupts the aggressor's expected behavioral script, as they are prepared for either a rush of activity or a verbal argument. By denying both compliance and an emotional outburst, you remove the psychological foundation they were trying to build upon. Step 3 is the analytical stare. Move your eyes from your work and lock them directly with the aggressor. Your facial expression must remain completely blank and unbothered. Compare these two expressions. The face on the left signals they've reached you emotionally. The face on the right signals you are analyzing their behavior. Avoid scowling or looking intimidated. Maintain the gaze without breaking eye contact prematurely. You must hold this unblinking gaze for 3 continuous seconds while the air remains silent. This silence communicates that the person demanding your time is not important enough to warrant a verbal response. This lack of sound and movement creates an atmosphere of profound awkwardness, leaving their command hanging without a resolution. Step 4 is the slow return. Casually break eye contact. Turn your head back to your workspace and physically engage with your original task. Resume your work at your original baseline tempo. You are now proceeding as if the command was never issued. By shifting from a heavy silence back to an unbothered workflow, you leave the interaction on your own terms. The ghosting protocol is now complete. You have neutralized the power play by refusing to join the aggressor's narrative. Using stillness and silence allows you to re-establish your boundaries without escalating into a public conflict. This visual represents the core of the strategy, the ability to set your own tempo regardless of the external pressure others may apply. When you control your own physical and emotional reactions, you dictate the terms of your own environment. Internalize these steps to protect your time and your focus. Subscribe to level up your psychology.